You know, there is a silent killer for email campaigns, and it is probably hiding on your subscribers' phones right this very second. It's called dark mode, and let me tell you, it can absolutely wreck even your most beautiful designs. So in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to fix it, for good.
You spend hours, maybe even days, crafting the perfect email. You hit send feeling great, and then this happens. A subscriber opens it up in dark mode, and poof, your logo is gone, the text is impossible to read, and your whole design just looks like a jumbled mess. I mean, it's super frustrating, right? And trust me, it's costing you way more than you think.
And look, this isn't just about pretty pixels. A broken email just feels unprofessional. It chips away at that trust you've built with your audience. And yeah, it directly hits your bottom line. Hard. When people can't actually read your message or see your branding, they're not going to click, they're not going to buy, and they might even hit that unsubscribe button.
So let's give this problem a name. We're talking about dark mode rendering issues. This is what happens when the code that makes your email look so great clashes with the dark user interface of an email app, and it just leads to this whole host of visual nightmares.
The impact here is huge. It really damages your brand's perception, makes you look like you don't pay attention to the details. It seriously hurts readability and accessibility for your users. And like we said, it just tanks your engagement and conversion rates. All of this creates a genuinely frustrating experience for the people you're trying to reach.
So why does this even happen in the first place? Well, the root of the entire problem is that every single email client, we're talking Gmail, Outlook, Apple Mail, you name it, they all have their own unique and kind of weird way of handling dark mode. There's just no single standard.
And this is exactly where all the chaos starts. You see, some clients will do what's called a full color inversion, basically flipping every single color in your email like a photo negative. Others try a partial inversion, where they only change light backgrounds and dark text. And then some do absolutely nothing at all. It's this wild inconsistency that explains why your email can look perfect in one inbox and be totally broken in the one right next to it.
And the result of all that? Well, your sleek, dark logo on a transparent background, it completely vanishes. Your carefully chosen images get these bizarre, inverted colors. And probably worst of all, your text becomes impossible to read. It's basically a guaranteed recipe for a failed campaign. All right, so how have people traditionally tried to fix this? Well, the answer involves rolling up your sleeves and diving deep, deep into the code. It's complicated, it's super time-consuming, and let's be honest, it is definitely not for everyone. And here's what that manual fix looks like. It's a nightmare. You're not just designing one email. You have to create special, safe assets, like adding white outlines to your logos just for dark mode. You have to explicitly code every single color to stop them from being inverted. You're writing custom CSS media queries just to target dark mode users, and then you're building separate fallbacks for the clients that ignore all that work anyway. And after all of that coding, you have to manually test it on dozens of different platforms, just hoping you didn't miss something. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. The main takeaway here is that you're basically being forced to do all the design work twice, once for light mode and then a whole separate time for the completely unpredictable world of dark mode. And if you're sitting there thinking, wow, this is way too complicated, there has to be a better way, you are 100% right. The manual approach is a massive headache that pulls you away from what you should be focusing on, which is creating amazing content. And this brings us to a much, much better path forward. This is where Mailmodo comes in, because it was designed from the ground up to solve these exact problems, without you ever having to touch a single line of code. So, how does it work? Well, instead of starting from scratch and hoping for the best, you start with templates that are already optimized for dark mode. As you build your email, the visual editor is smart enough to prevent those common rendering errors before they can even happen. And the best part? You can instantly preview how your email is going to look across every major client, all from one single dashboard. What this really means is you're no longer just guessing how your email might look. You're taking back control. You're ensuring a perfect experience for every single subscriber every single time. Okay, talk is great, but let's actually see this thing in action. We're going to take a broken email and fix it right now in just a few clicks. So on the left, this is our before state, a total classic case. The company logo has a transparent background, so it is completely vanished against the dark user interface. And the text is a mess too, with almost zero contrast. Okay, let's fix that logo first. Inside the Mailmodo editor, you just click on the image. You can add a really subtle, light-colored border that'll make it pop.
Then, just for good measure, we'll set a solid background color for the entire block that it's sitting in. It's as simple as that.
Now for the text, we just select the text block, and instead of letting the email client guess what color it should be, we are going to explicitly set it to a light gray or white. Then we make sure the block's background color gives us that strong contrast we need. Again, no code, just a few simple clicks.
And there it is. I mean, look at that difference. On the right, the logo is sharp, it's visible, the text is crisp and totally readable. This is a professional-looking email that's ready to convert. And that whole fix, it took us less than a minute.
So, let's do a quick recap. We've seen that dark mode rendering is just a total mess of inconsistencies across all the different email clients. We know that trying to fix it manually is a technical nightmare. And most importantly, we've shown that with the right tool, you can take back control and fix these issues visually in just a matter of seconds.
So the question isn't whether you should optimize for dark mode, it's how you can do it efficiently without sacrificing quality. Are you ready to stop worrying about broken emails and finally ensure that every single campaign you send looks exactly the way you designed it to?
If the answer is yes, then it's time to try Mailmodo for free. Stop worrying about broken designs and start sending emails that look perfect everywhere, every time. It's time to say goodbye to the dark side of dark mode for good.